here I am. You might have thought I'd forgotten about you. You might have thought I had abandoned the project, but far from it. I did need a break at the end of December and just take it easy for a while. And then during January of 2026, I was quite busy in taking the fourth series of the podcast and reworking that in such a way that I could publish it. And I have published it on academia.edu, and I have printed it for people that I know around here as a book, as a booklet, as a brochure. And I have changed the title slightly. It is called The Serpent's Schemes, Death Through Deceit and Deconstruction. So here it is. It is available online, and here is the QR code that you can use to scan it with your phone, camera, or QR scanner, and you can read it there. In the next couple of weeks, I want to begin with a fourth series, and I have called it Pilgrimage. The Pilgrim Journey. What does it mean? What does it entail? And how does it relate to the normal Christian life for us today? And we will deal with some very important topics and also look back on some of the issues that we have discussed in previous series and in previous podcasts. So coming up pretty soon, series number 4 on pilgrimage, the Christian journey. And now I'm speaking to you anyways. I thought I might as well add a little extra, and because my daughter has been working hard in making paintings with the only poem I think that I ever wrote. I had thought about it quite often that Psalm 23, this favorite, this popular poem and psalm of King David, about him being a sheep and seeing God as his good shepherd. And I thought that in this day and age, most people who grew up in towns and cities are not really familiar with the life of a shepherd and his sheep. But a lot of people have dogs, and I had dogs. And this one dog that we had from a puppy until she died was called Utah. And I wrote a song about Utah because I saw in Utah something of the Christian life, something of my life in relationship with my master, Jesus the Christ. So here she goes. Utah's song. I love my master. He's so good for me. It's by his side I always want to be. The time I was a puppy yet, they clipped my tail, they chewed my ear. But then, one day the master came. He loved me, chose me, took me home. Though I was young and wild, my snapping filled his kids with fear. They loved me still. They made me all their own. A special seat the master made for me, good shelter did provide. He filled my bowls with kibbles and with water fresh. He took me on his daily walks. I could explore, run free, and dash. If danger lurked, he called me back. The leash was then my guide. And at the end of night, I heard the master at his bedroom door. I would jump up and shake and greet him with delight. And soon he'd come and take me for a walk, the moment I adored. Together in a fresh new day, awakening from the night. We walked by cornfields to the forest or the lake. I loved to do the hide and seek, his laughter for my sake. And then he trained me on the walks, his calling to obey. Yet first I wanted more to smell, to dig, and have my way. One Sunday morning after church, the kids walked round the sty. Some birds were sitting on the dirt within big concrete rim. I jumped to spook them, scare them, make them fly. As they flew up, however, I went down, and then I had to swim. And as I threshed through miry mess, I could not even yelp. The kids were panicked too, but one ran quickly home for help. And then my master came, reached down and held me tight. He pulled me out and put me down. I jumped up with delight. I shook and shuddered. Black blotches made on master's dress. Yet he just smiled and patted me. There came no bad redress. So now I serve my master well, much better than before. And when he calls, I run to him, my Savior and my Lord. One time on holidays, we made a lengthy hike. The hills were steep, the sun was hot. That was not what I liked. And then my legs gave way. I could no longer stand. Master bent down and took me in his hands. He swung me up and put me on his shoulder. He loved me even more as I was getting older. I love my master. He's been so good for me. He cared for me, he carried me, he saved me from the mire. He is my greatest love, and by his side I always want to be. He is the purpose of my life, my joy and one desire.